वेलकम डियर चिल्ड्रन। आज की वीडियो में मैं एक्सप्लेन करूंगी क्लास 11th की हॉर्नबिल बुक के पोएम द वॉइस ऑफ द रेन। दिस पोएम इज written by Walt Whitman. He was an American poet, essayist, and a journalist. He was born in the year 1819 in New York and died in 1892 in New Jersey in USA. Some of his famous works are Leaves of Grass, Song of My Life, Memoranda During the War, and Specimen Days. फ्रेंड, अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आए तो लाइक ज़रूर करिएगा और कमेंट भी ज़रूर करिए। और अगर आपने इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो जल्दी से कर लीजिए ताकि आपको मेरी वीडियोस का नोटिफिकेशन मिलता रहे। चिल्ड्रन, बिफोर स्टार्टिंग विद द पोएम, लेट मी डिस्कस द वाटर साइकिल विद यू। वाटर साइकिल क्या होता है? द वाटर साइकिल शोज अस हाउ वाटर गोज अप एंड देन कम्स डाउन, मीन्स हाउ इट evaporates, how it goes up in the form of vapors when the weather is hot, and then it condenses to form clouds. Children, clouds कभी भी एक शेप या साइज के नहीं होते हैं. When the clouds are heavy, precipitation takes place, means water falls down in the form of rain. Again, the same process starts. Children, this is a continuous process. Water evaporates, or means the evaporation takes place, transpiration takes place, then is the condensation, and then is the precipitation. This is a water cycle. This is a continuous process. It goes on and on and on. This poem also talks about the water cycle, but in a different way, in a poetic way, we can say. The poet has used his imagination, his thinking to describe this water cycle, but he has described it in a very beautiful way, children. चलिए, अब हम आते हैं पोएम के थीम पर. What is the theme of this poem? Children, this poem depicts the life cycle of rain. It is a conversation between the poet and the rain. And poet has actually asked us to explore the beauty of nature through rain. And it talks about rain's eternal journey from its birthplace to the sky. Rain is a powerful force that can cleanse the earth and give it a new life. Rain connects us all. Obviously, children, without rain, we won't be able to survive. If there is no water, there is no life. This poem symbolizes the cycle of life in every form of living things. Now, let me quickly tell you the summary of this poem. This poem is a conversation between the poet and the rain. The poet talks to the rain and asks it a question. What is the question? He asks it who it was. Obviously, children, this is a very strange question. But the rain also replied. The poet says that only I can understand the language of the rain. Actually, this is the imagination of the poet. He got a reply that the poet translates for the readers. And rain says it is the poem of earth. It rises continuously. It is an eternal cycle. I have told you that this going up of water and coming down, this is an eternal process, continuous process. It goes on and on. Water goes up from where? From the land and the bottomless sea, and obviously from the trees also. That is called transpiration. And there, when the water goes up, it changes its form. And then it returns to earth as droplets after the clouds are formed. The condensation takes place and then the precipitation takes place. And it rejuvenates the earth. Obviously, children, when it rains, how happy we feel. It gives us solace from the hot weather. And the seeds, they get new life. It laves the drought. It gives water to the dry land. And then rain returns to its origin, giving it new life. Obviously, it returns back to the water bodies and to the plants and to the soil, to the earth. It is a continuous cycle. circle. Rain's life is similar to that of a song. Just as rain rises and falls back, so do the poems and songs. Now, children, we start with the explanation of this poem. And who art thou? Who art thou? Thou means you. Art is are. Who art thou? Poet is asking this question from the rain. Said I here is the poet. Said I to the soft falling shower. Soft falling shower is the rain. Poet asks this question from the rain. What is that question? Who are you? Which, strange to tell, gave me an answer, as here translated. The poet says, obviously, children, this is a very strange question. Can we ask the rain, who are you? And can the rain reply? No. Though if we ask it, then it is not nice on our part, because rain is not a living being. It is a non-living thing. The poet actually has personified the rain here. If we see the title, The Voice of the Rain, voice of the rain. Rain does not have any voice. Rain can't speak. When rain falls, it makes some sound. So, the rain has been personified here when we say the voice of the rain. Okay, now we come to this. Which, strange to tell, gave me an answer. The poet got an answer from the rain. This, though it's a strange question, because we know we won't get any reply. But the poet says that though it is strange, but he got a reply. And he translates that answer for us because he thinks that only he can understand the rain's language. Actually, children, poet को कोई आंसर नहीं मिला. ये उसकी अपनी इमेजिनेशन है. ये पोएट का माइंड है जो ये सब चीजें सोच रहा है. As per the poet, what reply he gets from the rain? The rain says that it is the poem of earth. Here, children, the poetic device used is metaphor, comparison without using as or like. If we use as or like, then it becomes the simile. That is also a comparison using as or like. But here, the poet is comparing the rain with the poem. I am, the rain is speaking here, I am the poem of earth, said the voice of the rain. Rain replies that it is the poem of the earth. When it rains, it makes sound. That is the rhythmic sound as per the poet. Because the sound is as the poetry or the verses rejuvenate us, so this our mind. Rain also does the same. Eternal I rise, impalpable, out of the land and the bottomless sea. Children, here there is one more literary device for the figure of speech when the poet says the bottomless sea. Bottomless sea. Actually, sea is too deep. Just to highlight this point, the poet has exaggerated this statement. Bottomless sea. And the poetic device used is hyperbole. Okay, now we come to this explanation. Eternal I rise, impalpable. Impalpable means with that thing which cannot be seen. Anything which cannot be seen. Because why it cannot be seen? Because it goes up. The rain goes up in the form of water vapors. Rain has been personified here. Obviously, I have already told you when the rain says I, this pronoun, here it is used for the rain. In the first line, I is for the poet. But when we say I am the poem of earth, eternal I rise, rain is speaking here. So this I, this pronoun is used for the rain. Eternal I rise, impalpable. I go up, rain says. I go up without being seen. Obviously because it is water vapor that go up. And then from where does it go up? Out of the land and the bottomless sea. From the land and the sea means the water bodies and the trees and all. From where, when it is too sunny, when weather is too hot, then water goes up in the form of water vapors and it is a continuous process. Now children, next line. Upward to heaven, whence. Actually, poet is not talking about heaven here. Poet is talking about the sky. It goes up. Where does the water go? It goes up to the sky. Whence means where. Vaguely formed. I have already told you clouds are not of a fixed shape. They are of different shape and different size. Altogether changed and yet the same. Obviously, children, form is entirely changed from water vapors to cloud. And then again rain. And yet the same. Why? Because the properties are same. Children, पानी ऊपर गया, पानी नीचे आ गया. इसीलिए poet बोल रहा है all together changed and yet the same. Here also poet has used a literary device, that is antithesis. Two opposite ideas used together. Now children, next line. I descend to lay the draughts, atomies, dust layers of the globe. I descend means I come down. Ascend means children to go up. Descend means to come down. To lave the draughts. Drought is when land is too dry. There is no water. And lave means to wash away. I descend to lave the draughts. The rain says that it comes down to wash away the drought. Or we can say it quenches the thirst of the earth. And then further it says atomies. To leave the draughts, atomies. Atomies are small particles. It also cleans the environment. All the dust particles, the dust layers of the globe. Everything is so clean, children, when we go out and see the environment outside, the trees, the plants, everything. It is so clean. It washes away the dust particles. बारिश के बाद children, हमें सब कुछ बहुत ही क्लीन नजर आता है क्योंकि जहाँ जहाँ पर डस्ट होती है वो सब बारिश में धुल जाती है और हमें सब कुछ बहुत ही सुंदर नजर आता है. And all that in them without me were seeds only, latent, unborn. All that in them. Rain says that it gives life to the seeds. When it rains, children, the seeds that are buried under the soil, जो अर्थ के अंदर, सॉइल के अंदर जो सीड्स जो हैं वो छुपे होते हैं, जो हिडन होते हैं, वो बारिश की वजह से चिल्ड्रन क्या होता है, दे ग्रो, दे स्प्राउट एंड दे ग्रो इनटू प्लांट्स. वो बीज जो है वो हम कहते हैं हिंदी में अंकुरित हो जाते हैं और वो पौधे बन जाते हैं. देन दे ग्रो इनटू प्लांट्स एंड ट्रीज. Rain says that it stirs life into those hidden or latent or buried seeds. Seeds are buried where? In the soil. Now children, next line. And forever, by day and night, I give back life to my own origin. Very important line, children, of this poem. And forever. From this word, it is clear forever it is continuous. It is a continuous process. Because it is a water cycle, children. But though poet has described it in a different way, but it is water cycle only. Everlasting process, continuous process. When the rain falls, it gives life to its own origin. Rain का origin क्या है, children? Water bodies हैं और trees हैं, earth है. earth पर जो भी जहाँ से भी पानी होता है, children, वो जब बहुत ज़्यादा गर्मी होती है तो पानी जो वाटर वेपर बनकर ऊपर जाता है. रेन कहती है कि जब मैं आती हूँ नीचे तो मैं जहाँ से मैं ऊपर जाती हूँ, जो मेरा ओरिजिन है, मैं उन सबको जिंदगी देती हूँ. इट स्टर्स लाइफ इनटू ऑल दोज थिंग्स फ्रॉम वेयर इट स्टार्ट्स. चिल्ड्रन, हम कह सकते हैं कि बारिश की वजह से जो पेड़ पौधे हैं वो फलते फूलते हैं और जो वाटर बॉडीज हैं जैसे पॉन्ड्स हैं, लेक्स हैं, रिवर्स हैं, उनमें भी पानी रहता है. That is why rain says, I give back life to my own origin. Next line, children. And make pure and beautify it. It is the earth here, children. It says that it beautifies and purifies the earth while it completes a cycle. And this goes on eternally. Everlasting process, children. It goes on forever and ever. Now, children, we come to the lines that are given in brackets. For song, issuing from his birthplace, after fulfillment, wandering, wrecked or unwrecked duly with love returns. Children, do you find any connection between what we were reading earlier and what is given here in the bracket? No. Children, last two lines have been put in the bracket because these lines are not the part of the conversation between the poet and the rain. These are the afterthoughts of the poet. इन लास्ट की जो दो लाइन्स है चिल्ड्रन जो ब्रैकेट में है इनका पोएट की और रेन की कॉन्वर्सेशन के साथ कोई लिंक नहीं है, कोई कनेक्शन नहीं है. ये पोएट की जब उसने कॉन्वर्सेशन खत्म हो गया तो उसके बाद पोएट के माइंड में जो आया पोएट ने वो ब्रैकेट में डाला है. द रेन कम्स डाउन, इट फुलफिल्स इट्स फंक्शन. रेन नीचे आई, उसने जो जो उसको करना था यहाँ पर उसने वो किया. ओके, एंड देन इट गोज बैक टू इट्स ऑरिजिन. जो पानी होता है वो बाकी का वो नदियों में चला जाता है, लेक्स में चला जाता है, पॉन्ड्स में चला जाता है. और ऐसे ही चिल्ड्रन पोइट ने यहाँ पर रेन को सॉन्ग के साथ कंपेयर कर रहा है. ऐसे ही सॉन्ग के साथ भी होता है. पोइट सेज फॉर सॉन्ग इशूइंग फ्रॉम इट्स बर्थ प्लेस. जैसे रेन निकलती है अपने ओरिजिन से, सॉन्ग भी ऐसे ही कहाँ से निकलता है? पोइट के हार्ट से निकलता है, सोल से निकलता है उसके. आफ्टर फुलफिलमेंट वॉन्डरिंग, जैसे रेन अपना फंक्शन पूरा करती है, सॉन्ग भी करता है. जब लोग सॉन्ग को सुनते हैं, डिफरेंट लोगों के पास वो अपने व्यूज देते हैं, रेन को उसको सॉन्ग को पसंद करते हैं. और कुछ लोग हो सकता है उसको क्रिटिसाइज भी करें, लेकिन कभी पॉजिटिव क्रिटिसिज्म भी हो सकता है. तो वो सॉन्ग जो है चिल्ड्रन जब सबके सुनने के बाद जब पोइट को या जो राइटर है, जो सिंगर है, उसको पता चलता है, तब वो जो है उसको विद लव रिटर्न्स, तो उसको एक सेंस ऑफ फुलफिलमेंट होती है कि हाँ मेरा सॉन्ग बहुत अच्छा है. रेन भी ऐसे ही चिल्ड्रन है. दिस इज अ कंपैरिजन एक्चुअली हियर बिटवीन सॉन्ग एंड रेन. द सॉन्ग wanders around the world. The persons or the people you can say, or the one who is writing the song, who is singing that song, does not bother. Poet says wrecked or unwrecked. ऐसे रेन को भी कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता लोग उसके आने पर खुश हैं या नहीं है, उसको जो काम करना है तो करना है. People they listen to the song and the song returns to the person who is the writer or the singer in the form of appreciation or criticism. Just like the rain that comes back to its origin. Children, these lines talk about the cyclic nature of life and how all life is connected. Actually, ये lines हमें ये भी शो करती हैं कि जो पोइट है वो नेचर के साथ कितना कनेक्टेड है. वो हमें भी इंस्पायर कर रहा है कि हमें भी नेचर के साथ कनेक्टेड रहना चाहिए. Children, I hope this poem is clear to you. अब हम आते हैं वर्ड मीनिंग्स पर. Thou means you, eternal, never-ending, impalpable, something that cannot be touched or seen. Whence, where, vaguely, not clearly. Descend, come down. Lave, wash or bathe. Atomies, tiny particles. Latent means hidden. Wrecked, care for. Unwrecked, uncared for. Now we see the literary devices used in the poem. First is personification, the voice of the rain when the rain speaks. That is personification. Rain has been personified here. Rain is made to act like a human being. Second is metaphor. I am the poem of earth. Rain is being compared to a poem. Next is hyperbole, when the poet uses this expression bottomless sea. This is an exaggerated statement. Imagery. Soft falling shower. It creates an image in our mind, image of rain in our mind. That is imagery. Next is student symbolism. Rain symbolizes renewal and spiritual growth. Next is antithesis. Altogether changed and yet the same. Antithesis, children, two opposite ideas used together. I hope children you like this video. Stay tuned for more videos on different topics. इस वीडियो को लाइक करिए, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करिए और अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ भी शेयर करिए. थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग.